have here. I mean, I think it's pretty good. She plays really late game. I mean, I'm gonna go over like the basics of what I do and whatnot, but so I start off with Warlord just because it's extra damage if you have it. Then Harvester's Key, health, mana. It's pretty basic. I was thinking about going with a strike token instead. I might actually do that. So let's change that up. Let's go with the strike token instead. Because, I mean, you don't really need Harvester's Key because with Countess I like to play a lane because in the early game it's the easiest way to get your CXP up. So I think it's better that way. Late game you can roam around and rotate and stuff, but I think you should play that because play a lane because it's just the better choice in the beginning game, considering that's when you're mostly weak. And then Scourging Tails, I just use it in case early game you have to, I don't know, like say like level 5 and up, you want to get through armor and stuff like that, but you don't have the rest of your card points, you can just throw this on there. And so, I mean, yeah, this card's pretty solid. I'm playing 2 Adamant Edge in here. One with extra health because it's more. This is more of the one for the late game because you don't want to end up dying just because you have such low health, but you still want to be able to get in there. And then one with strikes. So there's that. And then a Brawler's Ward because it gives you a little extra mana. And then, yeah, I have a basic mana and 2 minor strikes on just because to get it quickly done if I'm using it as my first card after the basic cards. And then 2 fountain spikes. I think both, this one has just strikes and this one has major strikes. I think the mana you get from the ward and the 2 fountain spikes is enough to have enough mana to play, so I just want to get extra damage in there. It's the 2 spikes. And then a spiked bone plate, 3 guard, and a thorn greenweave with 3 barrier, because certain times you're going to want armor. Like if you're playing against a team that's just dominating the physical game, you just want to go with like a spiked bone plate and keep yourself alive but still be able to do extra damage from spiked bone plate, so that's pretty good. And I'm playing a last is a void steel dagger. I have 2 dire pierce and 2 major strike. It's basically if you need, like if they're armor heavy on their side, you just want to use dire pierces, like both of them. And the other way around, if they're not using a lot of armor, you go 2 major strike and a pierce. But you just want to have the option there for depending on what's going on. So I think that's good. I would replace this Adamant Edge, the one with the strikes. I'd replace that one with another Void Steel Dagger if I had one. But this game hates me most of the time, so I don't have one. So, yeah, this is the basics of the build. I mean, it's pretty straightforward, I think. You do a lot of damage in the late game. Early game, it's just like trying to build up. I'll usually start with like the 3 basic stuff, and then I'll go Brawler's Ward, and then usually this Adamant Edge, and then this Fountain Spike, and then I'll start breaking into the heavier cards, going into like Void Steel Dagger and the bigger Fountain Spike and stuff like that. So I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Early game's not your friend. You want mid to late, because when you start hitting with your ultimate and your Dark Tide and stuff for crazy damage, that's when you're going to start killing people really quick. So I mean, we're going to go, let's see, click on her real quick. So basically I'll start with the Dark Tide because this is her strongest attack and it's a wave clearance, so it helps you in a lane. So I'll always prioritize this one because it's the best attack that she has. And then second, I'll get the Blade Siphon because this attack itself isn't even really that good, but the passive where she regains health when she kills things is just the best. So I'll go circle, and then R1, and then I'll pick this third. And that's just the way I'll max them too. Like if circle's available, I'll do that. If not, I'll do R1. And then, I mean, obviously prioritize the ultimate. Because your ultimate starts out, it's kind of, you know, average damage. But once you hit level 13 and you have it at max, it's doing like at least 1,000 base pretty much. And then it just keeps building up with all the damage you keep doing from there. So, yeah, so that's basically how I play. I'll play middle lane sometimes. It depends. I'll sometimes play right or left. But middle lane's an easy lane to rotate from. I like to start on a side lane, but if you play mid lane in the late game, it's really easy to just rotate over and get kills, or you can just hang out in the jungle, either or. So I mean, yeah, that's pretty much the whole build right there. Buy a couple card packs, see if I can get a Void Steel Dagger. I really need one, because I think that card's way better. Especially on Countess, because I mean, just the energy pin, I mean the armor pin is really nice to have. Let's see here. Card packs. Reaper's Quiche. Okay, that's not what I wanted. I mean, this isn't an awful card though. Shadow Scroll. Hopefully this one. That had a lot of corruption cards though, so nope, nothing. More major strikes. Alright. Alright, well yeah, that's it for the build. I mean, I'm up to suggestions, but let me know what you think. Test it out, play it and whatnot. Yeah, that's all I got. Yeah. Thanks for watching.